My name is Zoe Feldman, and I did my storyboard on my trip to Ecuador. Last year, I heard about a scholarship opportunity to travel to Ecuador to volunteer in a daycare for 2 weeks. I've always wanted to travel, so I figured I might as well apply and see why not. Out of the 35 people who applied, I was one of 3 who was traveling to Ecuador. I knew my life would be changed forever. We had a few meetings about our trip, which only got us more excited. Luckily, we had a team leader, Maggie, who lives in Ecuador, who took care of us and helped us around while we were there. Since Spanish is not our first language, it was difficult to communicate with others, but we were lucky to have her with us. During our time there, Monday through Friday, we would spend in the daycare with the weekends to ourselves. In the daycare, we were assigned to a tia, who are the women who take care of the children. The daycare was founded by a group of women called Fundac, who wanted to provide daycare for low-income families. This group of women are some of the most incredible women I have ever met. Many of them have their own families, and they are oftentimes in school while working full-time. They care and show love for the children as if they are their own. Many of the children are underprivileged, but they are easily the happiest children I've ever met. Every morning we walked into the daycare, we could see their faces light up and they smiled cheek to cheek. The children were the sweetest. Each of us worked with different tias, so we got to know each children differently and make a special connection with them. Because we could not drink the water, we had to bring our own lunches to the daycare. At the end of the week, 2 of the 3 of us got sick and ended up going to the hospital. It was a traumatic few days because the last place you want to be is on a different continent when you're sick. We only had a few days off from the daycare, but we were definitely missed by the children and the tias. They welcomed us back with big smiles and hugs. By the time the weekend came, we were almost feeling 100%, but we didn't want that to stop us from enjoying our free time in the beautiful country. We had a travel guide who Maggie set us up with, and we traveled to the Otravalo market and all over the Andes Mountains. It was some of the most beautiful scenery. We also traveled to the equator. It was really cool to be on both the northern and the southern hemisphere at the same time. Being around such beauty helped us move on from the past couple rough days. By the time Monday came around, we were ready to be back at the daycare and see our children again. When we walked in Monday, we were welcomed with smiles and hugged by everybody. It was definitely good to be back. The weekend continued without any issues or illnesses, which only made it harder to leave. On the last day, all the children and the tias put on a goodbye ceremony for us as a way of saying thank you for all of our help. Our goodbyes were some of the hardest. We traveled there to make a difference in the children's lives, even if it was just a smile. But little did we know, slowly they were changing our lives too. It was something each of us was going to remember for the rest of our lives, and we will always be thankful for that opportunity.